Just want to see who's out in here before I start. Because I know there'll be people in the building and they don't say shit. So if you in the building, put a thumbs up in the chat, okay? Put a thumbs up in the chat. We're gonna talk about. I just want to do this live. I know I was on Really B's channel earlier today, and well, earlier tonight rather. I was on her channel, and for the Justice League meetup. It has been a long time since we did that or whatnot. I'm gonna show my face in a minute, so don't you worry about it. But we're gonna talk about a whole lot of things. Whatever you want to talk about, I do not mind talking about it tonight. I'm kind of bored. I ain't got nothing else to speak on for the night. And I just wanted to talk to my people tonight, okay? So, yes, I'm in the building. I'm in the building tonight. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Okay. Now, there's a couple of things that I do want to talk to y'all about. There are a couple of things, okay? It's a couple. And then we could talk about other things. This is just some random live. I really didn't have anything to really talk about like that, but I just felt like coming on here because it's a Friday night. I don't have to work tomorrow, so it's really a rarity that I get to do this. You know what I mean? And normally on Friday nights we do Boys Night Out, but again, Boys Night Out is a bi-weekly show. It's not a weekly show, but it's a bi-weekly show. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna start off by saying, from the bottom of my heart, I want to start off by saying I love my Team Scotty family. I really, really do. I love um, my Team Scotty family. Um, Words can't express that. Hold on, wait a minute. Before I continue my statement, I deleted the live because it was really nothing of substance. Really, it was just me being frustrated over some stupid ass commenter. So it was no need for me to keep it up. But back to y'all. Back to y'all. My Team Scotty family. Back to y'all. Um for the most part, I just want to say I love you guys because you guys make my channel what it is. I know that there's a lot that y'all want from me. There's a lot of things that I'm willing to learn because there are things that I don't know how to do. You know what I mean? I know people give me such a hard time sometimes about growth and this and that. But what y'all don't know is that I have a million and one ideas rolling through my head all the time in regards to my channel. And what can I do to make it better? What can I do to grow it properly? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? My thumbnails are basic as fuck. I know this for a fact. My thumbnails are basic as hell. I do not know how to make a thumbnail worth a damn. Um, when we did the whether you like it or not panel, my thumbnail was what it was at the beginning, but Jay Lee came into the building and she was like, "Listen, Scotty, you need another thumb. We need another thumbnail, okay? We need another thumbnail because listen, this one ain't gonna cut it." And I told Jay Lee, I was like, "Well, I don't know how to make thumbnails. Like, I don't know. I have like Jamar gave me this thumbnail thing or whatever, and I just don't know how to make thumbnails. I still don't know how to work the system at all." She was like, "Well, I'll make you one." And she made it, put everybody's face on it, whatever. So that's how we got it. Most of the thumbnails that I have for like the prelude and Boys Night Out, Jamar makes them, like straight up. So I don't know how to make thumbnails, and I think that in due time I'll learn how to make like thumbnails. You know what I mean? Because I have no idea how to make thumbnails at all. I don't know how to make them. Um, it's like all the things that y'all be telling me about. I be seeing it. It's just that I don't know how to go about doing it, and then I don't really like to go to other people and ask them for advice because I don't want nobody thinking I'm trying to cramp their style or I'm trying to bite off of them or anything like that because that's just not the situation. But yeah, um, I be having a million ideas. Some of them come into fruition, and sit on the shelf, but I have a million ideas. Like, for example, the whether you like it or not Housewives panel. That wasn't supposed to be. Hey, official King Payne, what's going on? Um, thank you, Chocolate Beauty 81. Um, the whether you like it or not panel was supposed to be like a one-two punch type of thing. It wasn't supposed to turn into what it turned into at all. It wasn't supposed to turn into that, but it did. It turned into something else. Like I was only doing this for maybe once or twice, whatever. But then the response that I got from it was amazing. And we had I strategically chose the people that I wanted to choose. Like I had Bondi Blue up there. She is a big YouTuber, big YouTuber. One of my favorites, one of my OGs, one of the people I came up with. And then everybody else were smaller YouTubers, like like Jamie, Josiah, Terrence. All of us were smaller YouTubers, and the reason why I would do panels with smaller YouTubers is I feel as though it'll give people that may be a smaller YouTuber have less of an audience of opportunity to be seen. And then I ran across Nisi. I saw her videos one time and I wanted her on my panel. And she didn't even have 1,000 subscribers yet, I don't think. And I brought her to my panel and I love what she brought. Um, Yarrell come from back in the gap. He was supposed to be just a replacement, but then, you know, everybody loved him, so I kept him. And then, I was on, but I think Bundy had a panel one night on her channel, and then Jay Lee was up there, and I love Jay Lee's energy, so I asked her to be a part of my panel. And then after that, Alexander Rogers was a replacement for somebody, and everybody loved him up there, so I allowed him to stay up there. So that's how the whether you like it or not panel went. Like I just enjoy talking to them, and I love everybody's energy. Thank you, Nia Jones. I love everybody's energy. Like I had a lot of fun doing the panels on Mondays. You know what I mean? Like every Monday, I had a great time doing the panels with them because they were awesome. Like, like they were great. Like they brought this kind of thing. Like even in my bad days, they would make me holler laughing every Monday because I just enjoy doing them. You know what I mean? I enjoy doing the whether you like it or not panel. Like that was probably one of the best things I ever did. Um, Yes, for the mess. For many years, I only focused on reality show reviews, and I wasn't really consistent with that either. But I was only focused on reality show reviews, and I would say that COVID-19 putting most reality shows on lockdown. You know what I'm saying? It kind of pushed me to try to figure something out. I'm like, okay, so what can I do at this moment? Because there's nothing on TV right now. So what can I do to keep my shit afloat? I came up with Yes for the Mess. Then that became great. Like it took off from then. And so it was like, okay, so Yes for the Mess, I'm doing, hot topics now. That's a great thing. That kept me afloat for most of the year because all the shows was on lockdown, so it kept me afloat. It kept me afloat. You know what I'm saying? And then me and Jamar started the Prelude, which was supposed to be our podcast at first. But then, COVID happened. We didn't know what was going to happen with his job. So I said, let's just keep doing this. Let's just do it on YouTube first and see what the reaction would be. And then we can move on. We saw the reaction. It was great. We kept doing the Prelude on YouTube. And then it turned into a platform for LGBT creators to come in and promote their products or do whatever else and do interviews with people on LGBT web series. Like we've interviewed people from Chasing LA, Chasing Atlanta, Chasing Dallas, The Grind Dallas, like several different platforms, G Status. All those people have come on the prelude to be interviewed by us. Sometimes at first it was us reaching out to them for interviews, and now they reach out to us for interviews. And sometimes we still may reach out to others for interviews or whatever, but for the most part, they do reach out to us a little bit more than we reach out to them now because word of mouth is everything. You know what I'm saying? So me and Jamar got a good rep and good rapport with a lot of those LGBT productions because we are very professional with our interviews. So then I wanted something else. I wanted to do something with just guys. So and I wanted to do it with guys that I have a real friendship with. So I came up with the idea for Boys Night Out. I did. And it was like I put Terrence, Josiah, and Jamar in the group message, and I was like, how would y'all feel if we did a show called Boys Night Out every Friday or every other Friday? How would y'all feel about that? They was on board from the rip. And the first idea was we can split it. I can have it on my channel, Terrence's channel, Josiah's channel, and Jamar's channel. Jamar wasn't really interested in doing that because he doesn't know how to do StreamYard, so he wasn't really interested. But Terrence and Josiah really didn't care either way because they was like, we don't have to do it like that. We can just leave it on your channel. You know what I mean? And then the first night we did it on my channel. And then like the second time we did it, it was supposed to be on Terrence's channel, but Terrence kind of got fucked up and ended the live within 5 seconds, and we had to bring it on to my channel. So that's how that happened. And after that, it was like, listen, we just gonna keep it on Scotty's channel. We ain't got time to be doing flip flopping through all of this, blah 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 blah. So that's the only reason why, because um I did want them to get some kind of monetary gain from it if there was something to get from it, because let's just keep in mind we are all still small YouTubers, you know what I mean? Like we all still smaller YouTubers. So at the end of the day, who's to say that it was gonna make a lot of money? But I was like, let's just do like the Bundy thing, like put it on each one of our channels and rotate it like that so everybody can get some monetary gain from it. It's just four of us. It's different from it being like 8 and 9 of us on the whether you like it or not panel and shit. My channel is small and I don't make that much money, so there's no way I could pay everybody on whether you like it or not. Because sometimes I used to think about that shit. I'm like, these motherfuckers deserve to get paid for what they bring, but shit, I ain't got it to give. So, you know, we went into Boys Night Out and we just the first show was absolutely great, and then we did the second show with Maddie as a guest, but then we wound up having like Maddie come in as a regular, and he fit in. And at this point, we're not looking for any more people to be on Boys Night Out. It will just be us five. And I think the reason why Boys Night Out works because of the simple fact that it's five of us, we're all friends, and it goes like this. Me, I'm very close to Jamar, Terrence, and Josiah. Those three are my besties. Um, Jamar and Maddie are tight. They're besties. Me and Maddie have Jamar in common, so we automatically are cool. We're getting to know each other better, especially now that we're doing the show together. But we're cool due to Jamar because that's the middleman. Terrence and Josiah were already getting to know Jamar anyway, and then now Terrence and Josiah are getting to know Maddie. So the reason why it works so well is because we're already friends with each other. All of us are really good friends with each other in some kind of way. So it works. And I'm really, really Like Boys Night Out, I'm really, really trying to push that. Like I really, really, I'm pushing that show for real, for real. I'm really pushing it. I'm very passionate about this show. Um, I really wanted to do well, and it's a positive show. It's not a bunch of cattiness. It's not a bunch of gays trying to one up everybody. Like everybody like each other. Everybody love each other. Everybody got respect for each other. It's a different type of show, and I just wanted to do well, and I just wanted, want people to support it and see us for what we are, and everything like that. And I love Boys Night Out, and that is very it's very it's a blessing to have those four on that show for real. Like I'm very much so excited about the next episode. And another thing about Boys Night Out is that we're trying day by day and week by week, we're trying to, make it grow into something new every week. I'm not good at graphics or thumbnails or nothing like that. I'm not good at none of that stuff. So Josiah comes up with the graphics. He's good with the graphics and the production part. Like the production part, Josiah is very good at. So, you know, he helps me out with that a lot because I don't know what I'm doing when it comes down to that. All I know is how to get everybody together. That's all I know how to do. And come up with um different different things to do. Like I remember watching Latest First Panel and I saw them doing a fuck Mirror Kill game and I'm just like, we could do that on Boys Night Out. Like that'll be so hilarious if we do that. Not trying to bite them, but I thought it was just fun for us to do the same thing. So I brought in the fuck Mirror Kill game and then I brought in the whole hot topics section and I leave that to Josiah. He reads all the articles and then we come in and we give our opinion on it and then we talk about the LGBT shows that's on right now, and after that we close it out with like a real life topic. Like we all come up with a different topic that we want to talk about each time we do the show. And we try to keep it at least 2 hours, no more than 2 hours and 30 minutes, and that's what it is. So that's how we really rock that show. That's how we do it. And I definitely love Boys Night Out because I love everybody on the cast. I really do. And hopefully it works out fine for us. I've been trying to tell y'all, I want to work with Rodney. Okay, I've been reached out to Rodney a long time ago. Okay, I've been trying to tell y'all that. And what's really funny about that is Rodney just now saw my message yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, it was Wednesday, as a matter of fact. He just seen my message because I sent him a message November the 22nd at 1:30 p.m. And that was me asking him to join the Whether You Like It or Not panel before it was called the Whether You Like It or Not panel. So this was a long time ago, and I'm looking at it right now because it says first and second of all, LOL. Hey, how are you doing? I love your videos. Been watching you for over a year. I love your personality and your views, whether I agree to them or not. However, I'm not sure if you're familiar with me, but on YouTube, I'm Scotty by Nature TV, formerly known as Mr. Still Standing, and I'm here to invite you to a Real Housewives of Potomac panel on tomorrow night. Besides myself is Bundy Blue, giving you the real tea. Josiah's World TV and Jamie That's Me are all a part of it as well. See what I'm saying? This was before it even had a name. So I reached out to Rodney back in November, but he had never seen my message until Wednesday. He apologized and apologized and apologized and apologized and apologized. But I understood because I knew he just wasn't ignoring me. But yeah, he did not see that message, and he was even confused because he was like every time he would watch my videos and people would ask me to put would ask me to put up would ask me to put Roddy on a panel or something like that. I would always say, well, I already invited him already. Y'all got to talk to him about that. And he was like, I need to recheck my messages, something like that, because I don't recall him inviting me. And boom, there it was in the DM. He just never seen it. But he probably didn't see it because when I wrote him, he wasn't following me yet on Instagram. See, we follow each other now. But he wasn't following me then, so that's probably why he didn't see it right away. That could be the reason. So yeah, we need to create a show for you on our channel. All you'll have to do is show up and be you. What kind of show? As a matter of fact, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna share my link tonight too, and I'm gonna take calls from you guys, and y'all are gonna give me your opinions on what y'all want to see. I'm really scared to do this because I don't want to be read. But because y'all are watching me, like I'm approaching 24,000 subscribers as we speak. I'm approaching 24,000. And I've been on here for a mighty long time and I'm just now starting to grow. And the reason why I'm just now starting to grow is simply because of the fact that I spent so much time I spent so much time not believing in me and my talent to entertain. That's really what it is. I allowed other things to take me off my square. I allowed other people to make me feel inferior to them, and that's just really being honest. Like I remember being cool with certain people, and it was kind of like, I'm not jealous of a soul. Let's just make that clear. I'm never jealous of anybody. But sometimes the things that people will say can sometimes hurt you and it can sometimes make you inferior. And I know there were many times in certain situations where I felt inferior and I felt as though it was over. I need to give it up. Because people have said that many, many times already. Like they have said, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Scotty might as well just give it up. He ain't going nowhere. Blah 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 blah. All of that other stuff. But what you fail to realize is that my original name was Mr. Still Standing. So no matter what, I'm gonna keep going until I'm gonna keep on going until I get to where I need to be. So people would make me feel inferior. Like when they would talk about what they had going on and they'll make you feel so much smaller than them. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it'll make you feel like, okay, so is this really something I should be doing? Like, is it really something I should be doing? And then I would let things get in my way. I let work get in my way. I let personal life get in my way. Where honestly, I didn't have a drive. And I know that a lot of people would be like, Justin Jason passed you or whatever, because they always mention, when it comes down to me, that's the name everybody with mention when it comes down to me, because we came up together. We came up alongside the Ashleys and the Roxys and the Bundys. We came up with them. We started around the same time. But because me and him were such good friends at one point, we're constantly being put in the same thing. Even though he's much bigger than me now, he's doing way better things than me now or whatever. When it comes down to me, that name is always associated with me. It's just like with Brandy and Monica. Their names are always associated with each other all the time. So that's when people would say stuff like that, it would make me feel like I wasn't, this ain't for me. I don't need to do it. Like I would feel like people in their comments would make you feel some type of way. And it's just like I remember I did a video with him back then, back in the gap when we were friends, because back then there wasn't no StreamYard. So once he was visiting one time, and we did a video in his hotel room, and I remember somebody writing a comment, "Oh, I'm here to see him. Your friend boring as fuck." Like that shit used to hurt my feelings for real. Back then I was extra sensitive. You know what I mean? I was extra sensitive about a lot of things. So when people would pit us against each other, it would make me feel away. You know what I mean? I don't even like being pit against nobody. Like I don't even like nobody to big me up to bring somebody else down, because people would do that a lot, and I don't like to do that. Like just like um just like Thirst Trap Boy just said, I spend a lot of time in my head. I overthink a lot. Like it's every day where I'm having different opinions, different thoughts, different ideas that I'm trying to bring into the forefront and things of that nature. So I know back then, because people would always say, "Well, you, Justin, and Adrian started around the same time, so how come you're not on his level?" I didn't have the drive that he had. That's just really the real shit. Back then, I didn't have no drive. If we're being honest, back then I did not have no drive. I didn't have no job. I was just sitting at home, sulking, crying about my life and how terrible it was. I didn't have no drive at all. And I had a lot of personal issues going on and a lot of identity issues going on at the time. So I did not have no drive. YouTube was something that was fun, but I didn't realize how big it could have been for me back then. Or after I came out of the sulking, I got a job and then I was making my own money and I was more focused on being fresh and fly and getting myself up to par and making myself look good and all this other stuff. Then my YouTube, then work took over my life, and then I didn't know how to have a balance, and then I started getting involved with these memes and stuff like that. So it's just like you know, I didn't have the drive, and I allowed personal things to get in my way, because at this point I could very well say that at some point in time I could have been much farther than where I am now. But things happen for a reason. Um, I have a lot of life lessons, you know what I mean, and that's why when up and coming YouTubers come to me and stuff like that, because as you guys already know, I work with a lot of up and coming YouTubers. A lot. I work with a lot of smaller YouTubers, and when it comes down to it, I always give them that advice to not scotty yourself. Don't second, and when I say don't scotty yourself, don't second guess yourself. Know what you're doing. Know what works for you, and do that. You know what I'm saying? Know exactly what it is that you want. Keep fresh ideas. And if you have a fresh idea, you better act on it. Act on that fresh idea. That's what you're supposed to do. I came up with that panel, that whether you like it or not panel, I never knew it was going to be what it was. Never knew. Didn't think it was only supposed to be once or twice. Once or twice. And like I said, the original cast for that panel was supposed to be myself, Terrence, Josiah, Jamie, Bundy, and Color Me Pink. That's who it was supposed to be. So, and then, I already had the prelude. Now I got Boys Night Out. So, it's a lot. But like I said, I've been working very hard to be more consistent for you guys and give you guys a show and just give y'all that real talk. That's really it. So I think I'm done talking and all that other stuff. I'm gonna let y'all call up and tell me what y'all think of the channel, what you want to see me do, what y'all want to see happen, because I'm willing to take constructive criticism, long as y'all don't come up here and try to read me. But if you're gonna read me in a constructive way. Like you know, don't blow my head off. You know what I mean? But and things take time. Like I said, I don't know how to make thumbnails. I need to learn how. I think I need another video editor because the one that I got, I paid for. Like, I want to be able to put tweets and shit on my screen when I'm doing Yes for the Mess. Like, I want to be able to put graphics on my screen or have music playing in the background on Yes for the Mess. And I've decided too, because a lot of people love my old theme song with the Keith Sweat sample. I decided to bring that back. What I'm gonna do with that is, I think I'm going to use that theme music for my Yes for the Miss, and I'm gonna use my other one for my reviews, or I might just use the newer one for my gossip panels, and then I'm probably going to use, either vice versa. And while I'm up here, um, be on the lookout for a new segment. It's gonna be called Durag Diaries. That's what it's gonna be called. It's gonna be called Durag Diaries. It's gonna be basically the new and improved version of Bitch Are You Serious? Okay, because y'all know I ain't did no Bitch Are You Serious in over a year now. So this is gonna be called Durag Diaries. It's basically gonna be a story time just like Bitch Are You Serious? So I'm gonna be sitting up there giving you telling you all types of stuff that's happened to me, child. All types of stuff that's happened to me. So, if you here for the Durag Diaries, please give me a thumbs up in the chat if you're here for the Durag Diaries. I think I'm gonna start doing Durag Diaries in July. That's probably when it's gonna come out. But I don't know what day I'm gonna put it on. It's probably gonna be put on a weekend. I could probably pre-record it during the week and stuff, and then have it scheduled to come out on the weekend or something like that. I think that's what it could be. I think that's what it could be. But don't be afraid to click that link, y'all. That would be the first story I tell. I already know. I'm gonna open it up with that story. That's gonna be the first story I tell. Trust me. And as I wait for people to call in, there's something else that I've noticed too. I think y'all love it when I make my music post on my community wall. I think I'm gonna continue to put I think I'm gonna continue to connect with you guys on music in my community wall. I think I'm gonna do that. Because y'all love it when I talk about music, because y'all know I don't listen to these girls on the radio today. I only listen to the girls I grew up with. Okay, so I'm probably gonna do more musical posts and stuff like that. Oh, I see somebody backstage. I think it's Lavelle Divine. I want to say. I hope I said it right. Um, okay, Lord, I'm kind of scared. I don't know if she gonna read me and tell me how horrible I am as a content creator or what. I am scared as a motherfucker, but I'm about to let her on though. All right, you are up. Go ahead and read me for points. Go right ahead, cause I just got a feeling I'm gonna get read while I'm up here. But go ahead. How you doing?
Um, I am doing good, Scotty. How are you doing this evening?
I am tired. Soon after this is over, I'm gonna go to sleep probably.
Well, I know you're tired, so I am not going to read you because there is nothing to be read about you. I just wanted to let you know that what God has for you, He has for you, Scotty, and you have so many, many blessings coming your way because you were probably one of the first YouTubers I started following. And I'm not a big commenter. I just
Hmm.
like to just receive the information, get my kiki going, and just, have at it. And you have really helped encourage me to stop procrastinating in regards to creating my channel because I have such a bad anxiety and I used to say in my head every time I see you on YouTube, Scotty, that I'm your Aquarius sister from another parental unit. Yes, February 14th. I'm a true,
Oh,
I'm a true,
okay. So
I'm
you
a true
2 days
aqua.
behind me. You 2 days
Yes,
behind me. Okay.
yes. So you're just very encouraging, Scotty, and I know, especially after watching your mental health panel, I know you and your family were going through a very devastating time. And I know between COVID And a lot of things that are happening in all of our lives, it has been very traumatic. We're trying to push through it. So I just want to let you know, even through your pain and hurt, you are encouraging and uplifting people. And I want you to always
Oh,
hold on to that.
oh Lord, don't make me cry, Jesus.
I am not, look, 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 Scotty, if you cry, I am going to bust a tear. And I spent too much money on this lash serum for these lashes. So we're not going to do that. We're going to have our Kiki.
Okay, no crying. And it's like I'm not a crier like that, but it's like the last 2 weeks, with everything that's been going on, it's easy to get me to cry these days. I don't know. I think it's due to my uncle passing and stuff,
Yeah.
and then I think it's because I'm still grieving. Anything can tug at me right now. I think that's what it is.
No, it's very understandable. I'm not a big crier. I guess I'm like in my head of no matter what I'm going through, I don't want to look like I'm going through it.
Right.
And because growing up, I was bullied and teased and, things of that
Ooh,
nature.
I
And
know
made me
about this.
and it made me feel so insecure about myself. And I had developed, social anxiety. And to this day, people who know me, they still have no idea.
Oh wow.
So, but you know, but at the end of the day, I'm that girl. So because one thing about it, when I think about all of the people when I hear about their stories about feeling insecure, because we can go back to that trauma, right?
Yes, you
When
can.
we're children, and that first negative thing that the child on the playground told you, or it could have been a teacher, or unfortunately an adult in your family, to say something so negative, and it pierces and it stays with you. And then until you have to deprogram some things, and you just have to really sit down and love on yourself a little bit and accept
Right.
yourself. That was the hardest thing for me. I had to accept myself,
Same
you know.
here.
Yeah. And it's a work in progress. Like,
Yes, I
I
try to
mean,
be 100% honest about things like that. Like I try to be completely transparent, and this is what my channel is all about: is being transparent. I never want to get on here and fake for y'all and act like I got it all together because I know I don't.
Scotty, I think
So,
you're so raw that even if you tried to fake it, that's when we're gonna read your ass. Okay. I'm just like don't have me driving down to Mississippi. Okay, M.I. cricket letter.
oh my
Okay.
God.
All right. And do
I
a
won't.
wellness check and do a wellness check.
You don't have to worry. So, but thank you for coming up because I got somebody waiting backstage. But
Okay.
thank you so
All
much for
right.
coming up. I appreciate it. Thank
All
you.
right.
All right. Okay. Now I know this name. I see this name all the time. This name pops up every other video. I know this name is all right. About to bring Coy Gary up here. Before I bring him up here, let me tell you about him now. If I'm not mistaken, I don't want to get him mixed up with somebody else, but I think that during the fire alarm chirping days, he was the one that pretty much told me. I remember that comment like it was yesterday. He said, "I love you, Scotty, but you need to change that battery in that fire alarm." And I'm just like, you know what? You might be right. When you living somewhere and that noise was it just didn't bother me because it just didn't bother me. It was just okay, whatever. Like it didn't bother me, but it hits a little differently when you watch yourself back on a video and you hear it, and it's like turn that shit off. So it's like okay, I said no, we nothing had it, not no more. I ain't got no more time for nobody to be telling me about that. But I had to say that before he came on. But we're going to bring Coy up here. And I'm scared because I think he might read me too. I'm thinking everybody that come up here might read me. But go
Nah,
ahead.
nah, I'm not gonna read you. But yeah, that was me with that comment.
I do it.
Well, the
I
thing
do it.
is I thought that it was my smoke alarm
No,
because I
it
was
was not.
watching your video and then I was like, damn it, I need to change the battery. So I went up and got the twisting it off and everything, and I was like, but then I don't think it's nothing wrong with mine. Then it dawned on me that it was coming from you.
When I tell you for the first them first few years, that shit was a complaint out of this world, and I just did not care about what nobody had to say about it. Cause a lot of the like, especially at the beginning, hell, I wasn't working, so I can afford no damn batteries, honestly, because I have no money. So I mean, y'all complaining to me. I was like, y'all complain to me, complain to my mother about it. That's who I'm living with. I ain't got no money, so you complain to her about it. But what you have to say though? Um,
Basically, I've been following you for about 3 years, I want to say. I was watching
mhm.
one of James Caldwell's videos, and he was like, "Go follow Mr. Still Standing," and that's how I had first found out about you. But been following you for a minute. Love your content. Love when you and Terrence go back and forth. I just want to say, I know you're going through some personal things these days, and just keep your head up and keep doing what you do. You got a lot of loyal supporters and followers, and we love you, and we just want to see you do well.
I appreciate that. Sometimes I question it sometimes because I'm like I be but that goes back to you not necessarily looking at what other people do or what other people do, because it'd be like I'd be like, well, I wish my subscribers would comment on my shit like that, or I wish my subscribers would follow me on Instagram more often or something like that. But it just goes back to in due time things are happening in due time.
Right.
So, as long as I keep doing what I've been doing over the last year, it'll happen.
And I do want you to bring that song back to your intros. That baby, baby, baby.
As a matter of fact, I actually did bring it back on my very last video that I did today. The one that I did about the brat, I brought it back on there.
Okay, I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, I brought it back on that one. I think I've decided that I'm gonna use both, and I'm probably gonna use one for the yes for the mess and the other one for the reviews. I don't know which one I want to do it
I mean,
for.
long as it's back in some capacity, then I'm good with it.
Okay, then, long because it's gonna be back because y'all asked for it back. So but thank you for coming up, though. I appreciate it. Somebody
Not a
backstage.
problem. God bless you and keep your head up, Scotty.
All right, thank you.
All right. Uh-huh.
All right. Let's see. Next up is Tate. Okay, Tate is up next.
Hey Scotty.
What's going on?
Nothing much. I just wanted to spill some tea that like after you go live or tomorrow morning, Tasha K is live right now and she's interviewing Adam, the guy who is interviewing Fallon on June 10th. And
Hmm.
apparently they're dropping an exclusive on Fallon, and I was watching it because I wanted to know if she's pregnant or not. But then I stopped watching it because I was like, okay, let me come tell Scotty and then get back to watching it. Because I'm obsessed with your Yes for the Mess video. So, yeah. I just want to hear your input on it, maybe, if you're interested.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna watch him interview Fallon, but I didn't know that he was going on Tasha K too. So I guess I have to talk about both.
Yeah. I don't know what they're gonna. I don't know what exclusive they're gonna share because she just started and I just left right now, so I haven't really watched it myself. But I wanted to see if he's actually gonna share details before from the interview before the interview. So far, what I watched, he said that apparently Fallon was not faking her emotions and stuff. She was actually really sad and she is not dating that young guy that everyone is speculating she's dating and she's pregnant by.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Tasha K is like, I think Tasha K was like, I think you let Fallon play you and whatever. I don't know. So they have opposing views, but it was really interesting.
Okay, well, I will be sure to check that out.
Uh,
Oh, damn, so many people coming in backstage at one time, Lord. Okay, but thank you for coming up, Tate, because I know you're gonna be sending me shit on my Instagram. If don't nobody else send me shit to my DMs on Instagram, I know your ass gonna send it. So,
yeah.
thank you so much for coming up.
All right, no problem.
All right. Oh, there's Charity. Okay, the queen promo. The queen of the promo for Chasing Reality Child. Let me go on and bring her on up here. Hold on one second. Okay. Next up is Chocolate Beauty 81.
Hey
What's going on?
everybody. Hi. I'm in my bedroom, ready to get ready for bed, but I saw you on live. I'm like, let me get on because I always miss your lives. I always catch the replays. um, but I wanted to tell you, after doing the panel, I had so many of my family members call me, like
Oh wow.
flooded my phone. Uh, it's not a bad thing. I guess it's because I'm always the strong one. I'm always the one that fix. I'm the person. I'm the fixer. You know, they're not used to me being vulnerable or crying. And then I did a follow up. I did a follow up video on my YouTube, but my family was like completely blown away that they didn't know I felt the way that I felt. So I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my feelings and giving me the opportunity. It really did open a conversation in between me and my mom. It's crazy.
Well, that's a good thing. You
Yeah.
know, when it came down to that panel, it was a suggestion from somebody near and dear to me.
Mhm.
He was like, maybe you should do a panel on mental health, being that May is Mental Health Month.
Mhm.
And I was like, I should. Then I started going through my head because whenever I do a panel, I always wanted to make sense every time I do it. I want to make sure
Mhm.
it makes sense. I want to make sure the people that I choose is the right ones. I said, what better group of people to have than the same group of people I had to talk about colorism?
Mhm.
I thought that y'all would be great. And when I asked y'all, all of y'all was like, yeah, sure, whatever. It was nothing. It wasn't no I might, I can't, I won't. It was, you know, I'll do it. The only
Mhm.
person that couldn't do it was the Brooke Ashley.
Mhm.
But I'll do it, I'll do it. So honestly, that I couldn't when I decided to do that panel, this was like before my uncle had passed. So it was just like it was hard to be up there to do it then because that was like the day
Mhm.
after his funeral. So that was I was still raw and all of that
Mhm.
other stuff. So and normally I'm the just like you. I'm normally the strong one in my family
Mhm.
too. No one ever sees me shed tears. So that particular night, I kept having to go off the camera because I was breaking down as we were all talking and stuff like that. So yeah, so I think that panel was a lot for everybody. Not in a bad way though, in a good way.
And I'm very private as much as I talk about other people's business, right? As much as I be in people's business, I'm um I'm a very private person. So when my family saw me talking about it, they were just like, "Wait, you got, my name, should I even put out my government name? My name is Tamika." So
Okay.
everybody was like, "Tamika is on." Well, everybody calls me Chocolate, but my family is just like, Tamika is really on here telling people how the way she really feels. Because I'm very straightforward and I will tell you how the way I feel, but I guess people don't really think about sensitivity when it comes to me, and about that hard place and that dark place and that place of vulnerability. They're not used to me expressing myself in that way. So when my mom called me, she was like, I sat, I listened, and I learned.
Right.
So it was like very powerful for me, uh, because it opened up a conversation in between me and people, and they're just like, people are just like, they saw me crying, and they're just like calling my phone, like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I'm like, I'm okay. That was just a vulnerable moment of me crying and really telling people how I feel, but it's new to people, about what I'm going through. And I wanted to like encourage people, when you start really talking about like your mental health issues, and you start like opening up, and you start really talk to family members, um, please don't get offended or feel some type of way if they say, if they're like saying, okay, well, you're still going through it because you're crying in front of me for the first time. No, this is the first time of you seeing me being vulnerable. That doesn't mean that I'm still struggling with that. I'm just telling you where I'm coming from. So just be patient with people when they do decide to have a conversation with you. But it was very powerful. It really opened a lot of people's eyes, to me, and said, wow, that's probably why she's so matter of fact, is because she had such a difficult time and didn't have anybody showing her a little bit of kindness when she was younger. So it turned her into a hard adult, where it's like just very straightforward. Um, but give yourself time, everybody. I just wanted to say that, and I just wanted to thank you again. It opened a conversation for me on my platform. My mom sat down and listened to both conversations, to like what you had said, and the follow up of me like really talking to TikTok and to the people on my platform who didn't get to watch the video, because I did a TikTok live on both at the same time. And my mom, like, if anybody needed to hear this, it was my mom.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right.
out of anybody, because she was the one that walked through me through the whole entire process. And I mean, like, I didn't want her to feel responsible, because at the end of the day, I identified the problem and I worked through it, and I did the work to get to the other side. But it was the first time that she really like heard me explain it in the way that I explained it, because she's always looked at it as she lost my dad at a young age, and
Mm-hmm.
she was struggling with two kids. But um thank you. But that's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I always appreciate you coming up. Thank you.
All right, bye, love.
Bye bye. Okay, I'm hoping I don't say this name wrong. Please don't let me say the name wrong. I think it's Lantoinette. And if I said it wrong, please let me know if I said it wrong. Please let me know if I said it wrong. How you
Thanks,
doing?
Doc. Hey, I'm doing good. You actually said it right.
Okay. Ooh,
Thank you.
thank
Don't
God.
worry
I
about
like
it.
butchering people's names. I do
No,
not.
it's okay. People butcher my name all the time. I don't take it personal anymore because little. I just wanted to send my love to you. And I'm new. I'm a new subscriber to your channel. I recently, it was during the basketball wife colorism thing.
Oh
And
Lord.
that's when I fell in love with you. I fell in love with the moment you said, I don't understand colorism, but I'm willing to learn what it is. I was like, this person is a good person. He's genuine at heart. He's always looking to grow himself. And I connected with that, and I hit the subscribe button immediately after that. And I loved your mental health panel, and I loved your colorism panel. And I was like, this guy creates great content, and I'll be a supporter of yours going forward. And I know you're gonna always come up with great content. And don't be so hard on yourself because you're doing a good job, and I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. I think I finally found my balance between the ratchet shit and and shit that actually matters. So, I think I found my balance with that. And as far as the comment about me, willing to grow, that is very true. There's a lot of things that I didn't understand before that I understand now. I don't know if you've ever watched my show that I do with my best friend Jamar the Prelude, but we've talked about stuff when we interview LGBT creators, and we talked about like drag queens and stuff like that. And even though I am a gay male, that was an arena that I never understood, and
Mm-hmm.
that I was very ignorant to. Or the trans community, even though
Yeah.
I'm in the LGBT community, I didn't understand it. I was ignorant to it, didn't understand it. Even in my own gay community, I didn't know that certain words were derogatory, but I was willing to learn it. So, you know what I mean? Like when it came down to colorism, didn't understand it, but I'm willing to learn about it. And I will say that I've learned a lot about it. I must say, and I'm very conscious of things that I say and do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm older. I know I don't look like it, but I'm 32 years old, so it's like,
You don't look a day over 20. I thought you were like in your early 20s, 25 at most.
oh, girl, next year gonna be my 15-year class reunion.
Oh no. I can't, I don't see. You look, your skin is beautiful and you look so young. I
Oh, thank you.
25 at most. That's what I really thought. No, honestly, I thought you were 25 at most.
Oh
But
my God.
but then you went sometimes when I'm listening to you talk about how you were into basketball wives from the beginning, I was like, maybe he's not 25, but then I was like, he could just
No,
be old
honey,
school.
Basketball Wives came out when I was 21. I was 21 when Basketball Wives came out.
Hey, yeah,
But
but
listen, don't feel bad. Everybody I work with still don't believe I'm in my 30s. They don't believe it.
yeah, I used to get that a lot too. I just hit 31 this year.
Yeah,
Whew, I still feel young, so I just don't. But
yeah, me
it's
too.
like, but I'm always gonna support you, and I just wanted to send you love from here. I'm actually living over in Japan, so catching you live
Oh,
is like really hard. Because usually when you go live late, I'm at work in the week, and it's Saturday now, so I'm like, oh, it's Saturday afternoon. I can actually catch him live and like pay
oh,
attention to him live.
afternoon. It's midnight here. Oh God.
Yeah, it's 2 p.m. here on Saturday, so I was able to catch you, and I'm like excited. I was like, yeah, I get to actually catch him live, and like I loved your panels, and I was in the live. I was in and out because I was at work, but I
Hmm.
loved it, and I went back and I watched the entire thing when you posted it. So I really do enjoy your content. Just keep going and keep making good content. That's all.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. Thank you for coming up.
No problem. That's all I wanted to say. Just send you my love.
All right then. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let me see. Okay, somebody else is backstage, but hold on. 1 minute. Okay, okay, somebody else is backstage. To answer your question, what you probably heard was this raggedy ass computer chair that was a hand me down. That's probably what you heard, because this chair makes a lot of noise, child. I'm ready to replace it. Um, even while everybody was up here, I've been trying to figure out how to pronounce this girl's name. I'm not even gonna try because I am gonna fuck it up. So I'm gonna let her say her name when she get up here. But anyway, let me bring her up. What's going on? You're muted.
Hey, honey, how are
All right,
you?
I'm good. How about you?
I am good. I'm really good. My name is Atlanta, like the city.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I didn't want to say it.
Yeah,
But go ahead.
I was named after the city, so it's it's a thing my grandmother does. She named me and my mom after a city, so she does
Oh
that.
wow. Oh wow.
Yes. So I sent you a super chat. Thank you so much for letting me know that you are going to talk about the story between you and your cousin because I've heard you mention it before on some of the chasing videos, and I was like, I really wonder what happened with that. And I know you were speaking about that when you were talking about I want to say it was Fran and his transphobic comments. But you had brought that up, and I wanted to see kind of how you felt about that. So I'm very happy that you're going to be talking about it
Yeah,
on
it's gonna be the
YouTube
first
segment.
story I tell. The first one, the
Yes,
very
we need to
first
hear
story.
that story. We need to hear that story. But yeah, so I wanted to call in because you are definitely an inspiration, and I definitely wanted to send some love. I watch you probably every night. I want to say probably every night. You're one of my favorite YouTubers. I don't have many, but you are one of my favorite YouTubers. Um,
Oh,
we
thank you.
usually always agree, and I don't know if it's just the Aquarius in you. I'm a Taurus, and I feel like me and Aquariuses get along so well. I don't know what it is. J. Cole's my favorite rapper. It's a thing. I don't know. It's a thing with us. Um, but yes, I wanted to ask you about. I ain't gonna get on you, but I just wanted to ask you about how you felt about friends' comments
Mhm.
on Chasing Atlanta, or I'm sorry, Chasing LA or Compton. If you asking me, Imani. Uh, but how do you feel about his comments after the fight transpired, which didn't really have much to do with him, but whatever. How do you feel about his comments afterwards? And how do you feel about um the fact that trans women tend to feel like gay men in particular are the ones that give them a lot of the hate?
Well, as for friends' comments, and I'm really trying to use the correct pronoun because this I've never ever in my life heard of a non-binary person, so it's hard for me to
Very difficult.
say the
Yeah.
right thing. I
Hmm.
don't want to say they or it or because that's I. But
Right. I just say friend just to be
yeah,
respectful.
I just say that. I just say that. That's more safe. Fran's comments are just disgusting to me. Um, it's just reeks of transphobia, and for Fran to say what Fran is saying on camera,
Hmm.
I can only imagine what Fran says when Fran is not in front of the camera. It's just like when people say racist things and stuff like that. You can get the racial undertone on camera. You can feel the racism, but you can only imagine what they say when cameras are not around. It's just like at one of my workplaces, because I won't say if it was the one I'm at now or the one I was at, the couple of
Okay.
stuff.
Right.
But someone used the term of telling someone that they would hang them if they didn't do what they asked them to do. Like, do I need to put a rope around your neck if I don't to get you to do what I want you to do? Someone actually said that, and I was like, if they would say that at work, I can only imagine what they say when they're not at work. So what Fran is saying is ridiculous, and we did try, me and Jamar, we did try to get Fran on our show for an interview, but we were
I was
declined.
gonna ask about that. I was gonna say I'm assuming he was one of those ones that declined the offer, obviously. So would
Yes.
you share what part of Atlanta? Because you're from Atlanta. You live in Atlanta currently, right?
Mm-mm.
Who lives in Atlanta?
Jamar does.
Jamar live. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Jamar lives in
I'm still
Atlanta.
in the woods. Jamar's in
Okay,
Atlanta.
Jamar lives in Atlanta. Okay, got you. So yours this that's still from the southern state that you're from, right?
hmm
Okay, got you. Because as you know, I'm named after Atlanta, so my grandparents used to live there. So I was just like, let me. What part of Atlanta was that in? Where that happened? In?
Nope. I'm
Um,
in Mississippi, child. That's still
right.
around.
Well, yeah, it's some Confederate flags still flying high down there, unfortunately. Um, So I
I
had
swear.
one more question for you. I'm sorry, I
Hmm.
didn't want to take up too much time. So I do agree with your comments about the friend situation. It's hard to respect someone wanting to be gendered correctly. And in the same conversation, you are misgendering people within our own community. Because as you can see, I have a ring on my finger, and I am married to my husband. However,
Hmm.
prior to being married to my husband, I also identified as gay. And I liked girls ever since kindergarten. And it's something that I've had to explain to my husband and, get him to understand those things. So yeah, I feel like you have to be able to give respect in our community, and to be able to give it, and also to be able to stand up and say, "Hey, I want to be gender correctly, so I'm gonna gender the next trans woman, gay male that way to give them
Yeah.
respect. So that way you give that respect to me. And it makes sense. Okay, so also with the Porsha situation, I gotta bring up my baby Porsha because I
Oh
absolutely love Porsha,
Lord.
and I know I just watched your video. You be killing Porsha, killing her. But your shade is always fun, even when it's real, and you never try to degrade her. So all of the ladies, I watch you every day. So for all the ladies that's talking about you got a colorism issue, you just trying to come down on Evelyn, and you talk about the dark skinned girls, you talk about the light skinned girls, you talk about anybody who acting a plum fool, and if you acting a plum fool, baby, you on a chopping block.
Exactly.
It's what it is. It's what it is. We're gonna give Giselle the same energy we give Wendy. Period. Period.
Truth be told, I don't like Giselle nor Portia. But if I had to choose between both of them, I would choose Portia over Giselle.
All
Like,
day. All
like,
day.
let's
All day.
come
All
on
day.
now.
All day. Okay, so with Portia's situation and the brat, I did hear the interview about that. Um, and I do understand her wanting to take up for her friend, but I definitely get what you're saying because she was coming hard on old girl about the
Right.
situation with her sister. And I get that. I understand that. But I will say this. After the video I watched this morning, which you probably posted last night, after watching that video, I definitely am intrigued to see if she is pregnant, mainly
Yes.
because of the fact that I personally feel like I've seen too many relationships where they are completely broken up, but the divorce is technically not final. And
Hmm.
both of those two individuals have gone on, and they're in their own relationship, and they're doing their own thing. And it happens that way. So from my understanding, just from some tea that I heard down in Atlanta, and that's only because I got a friend that works at one of Candy's restaurants. From my understanding, from my understanding, Portia actually did not meet Fallon's husband through Fallon or the show.
Oh.
The story is that Portia actually met Fallon's husband through her ex fiance, PJ's dad,
Hmm.
her child's father, because her child's father and Fallon's husband actually have some businesses that they have business adventures that they've done before in the past because
Mm.
they both own club spots and restaurants and stuff like that. So and if you look at the video, if you go back and look at the interview, she actually says to the guy who does the interview, he talked me into doing the show. He
Mm.
was the one who came to me with the opportunity to do the show, which is why you really only see Fallon in 3 episodes, if I'm not mistaken, because she didn't really want to be a part of the show. It was something that he was pushing her towards, not
Mm.
so her wanting to do. So, from my understanding, that's kind of how that went. So, I'm definitely interested to see if she is pregnant, because if she is pregnant, will you feel differently if Fallon also was doing her own thing while Simon just so happened to be doing his own thing? Or do you feel like, regardless, they're still going to come after Portia as being the wrong one?
I would feel like all three of them are wrong. You know what I mean? Like, if she's pregnant, that clearly means that she was doing her thing right when he was doing his. So it would be no need for me to just be shitting on Porsha like I've been doing, shitting on Porsha and Simon. Like, she deserves to get shitted on too if she was right there playing the cheating game with them.
Right.
So that's, that's how I feel about it.
Mm,
But
mm.
I'm just waiting to see what's gonna happen because this is a whole show within itself and it's not on TV. So
Baby girl need a spinoff though. She done secured the bag and the spinoff, baby. Give Bravo twirl for her for real, because she is bringing in the money. And they said that literally, I guess next season is supposed to have a higher rating than this season, anticipating because of all of the drama that's going on with her. So I'm like, sounds like Indy and everybody else over there gonna win. So I don't see it stopping no time soon.
I hope so because this last season was terrible. I would hope so.
Yes, definitely. Well, don't talk about Evelyn ass no more. I don't want to hear nothing else about Evelyn. I'm so tired of her. Oh, I'm so tired of Evelyn. Every time I turn around, there's an Evelyn video. I'm like, he done told me he done talking about her. You like
I
my
can't
friend to
help it.
call me, but like I'm tired of them.
She keep on being in the blogs. I'm telling you, I don't want to talk about her, but it seems like every time I talk about her, everybody want to run to my video. Every time I talk about her, they run into the video to see if I'm gonna drag her, and they know I'm gonna do it.
Hey, Scotty, if you got to get them coins, talk about light skinned Evelyn. Go on and do what you got to do. Drag her ass for that coin, baby, because that ass need to be drugged anyway. And we ain't gonna
Exactly.
see OJ. We ain't gonna see OG do it because that ass is running. So drag her, drag her. And I'm out. Drag her though.
All
Bye,
right, thank
baby.
you for
Have a
coming
good
up.
night.
All right, you too. Thank
Bye,
you.
sweetheart.
All right. Oh, I love talking to y'all. I really do. I'm gonna drop the link one last time, and then if no one else comes up, I'm gonna go ahead and get up off of here. Let's see. And when I tell y'all, my Evelyn, like I just said, I do not like to talk about Evelyn at all. But um, when I talk about her, everybody flocks to those videos. If you want me to drag her, it's just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, ugh. Oh no, Chocolate Beauty. I have talked about chasing enough. Okay. I just got done talking about that on somebody else's channel. I'm probably just gonna get my ass off of here because the more I sit here, the more I want to fall asleep. So, um, I just looked at the Brad video. I did not know this was all going on. Um, Purple Haze stay being late to a live, child. She stay being late. Every time I'm getting ready to log off, Purple Haze is just now tuning in. And she is one of my um, loyal subscribers and one of the more memorable ones because I know that name. I've been seeing that name for many many years. I be knowing some of my subscribers by name, and I be remembering them names. If I see you more times than enough, I know your name and I know her name. And every time I'm live and I'm getting ready to get off, she is late to the live. Yes for the mess on what tape. Um, but yeah, but yeah, I love Purple Haze though. That's one of my favorites. One more thing. With COVID-19 seemingly slowing down with the vaccinations and stuff like that, um, it should be time for me, Terrence, and Josiah, and Jamar, and probably Maddie to come together and do like a small little meet and greet or something at a restaurant. Like y'all can have dinner with us or something like that, and we can chop it up and mix it up. How would y'all feel about that? Leave that in the comments right quick before I log out. I don't know, Tate. I honestly don't. It depends on how I feel. If I feel like it's worthy of a video, I'll do a yes for the miss on it. If not, then you know I'm not gonna do it. So if you give me something, then I'll do it. And Thirst Trap Boy Network is talking about he laying up with Bay. Child. Everybody ain't able, is it? Everybody ain't able to lay with Bay. Come to NYC, Scotty. Let go. Listen, I have not been to New York in about 2 years. I have not been to New York since 2019. My dad lives in Jersey, and one of my best friends, he left Mississippi and then he moved to Brooklyn, and now he's in the Bronx. And we've all been talking about coming to New York later in the year, so we'll see. Because I'm already trying to plan my trip back to Detroit next month and go to Atlanta within the same week. So I'm trying to figure all that out right now. So yeah, but I do want to come back to New York. I haven't been in a while. It's been 2 years. I didn't go last year because of COVID, but I'm back outside now. And since I'm going to be on these planes back and forth all year, because I'm flying somewhere all year, I need to go and get vaccinated. So it is what it is. But NYC is so high. I don't want to stay in them high ass hotels. Somebody to make a pallet on the floor for me so I can go to sleep because I don't want to stay in no hotels. Oh, let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. Well, if that's all he said, take then why would I need to do a yes for the miss on there? It don't look like he said much of any damn thing. But with that being said, though, I was trying to see what Thirst Trap Boy was going to say next because I thought he caught on to what I was saying because he been trying to spill my tea since we was over there on Really B's channel. I do not watch Jocelyn's Cabaret at all. I do not watch that show. Mm-mm. I will be caught dead watching the channel. But anyways, with that being said, y'all, I'm about to head on out. So I'll holler at y'all later. If I have anything else to talk about this weekend, I definitely talk about it. Um, yeah, look at him. He talking about he not gonna spill it, but he gonna say enjoy Detroit. He is so messy. but but yeah. Oh yeah, I saw the Bad Girls Club reboot. I have not. I tried to watch it, and I was gonna review it, but that shit is terrible. Like it's not cohesive. It's nothing. I don't want to watch it. But y'all, I'm out of here. I'll talk to y'all later. I might go live tomorrow, depending on how I feel. I'll go live tomorrow. It just depends, though. But I'll holler at y'all later. Peace out.